World War II wasn't just won on the battlefield, it was decided in the factories. Industrial power and mass production gave the Allies an overwhelming edge, churning out tanks in numbers the Axis couldn't match. Today, we're counting down the top 20 most produced tanks of the war, from 20 all the way to number 1. Number 20, the Type 97 Kaiha, Japan's main medium tank of the war. Developed in the late 1930s and entering service in 1938, it was built for infantry support during Japan's early campaigns in Asia and the Pacific. Around 2,100 were produced, but it struggled against better-armed Allied tanks as the war went on. Number 19, the M26 Pershing, America's late-war heavy tank. Designed between 1942 and 1944 and deployed in 1945, it was created to match Germany's big cats like the Tiger and Panther with its powerful 9mm gun. Just over 2,200 were built, seeing limited but effective action in Europe. Number 18, the Type 95 Hago, a Japanese light tank widely used in the 1930s and early 1940s. Produced from 1936 to 1943, it served as a fast reconnaissance and infantry support vehicle in China and the Pacific. About 2,300 units rolled out, performing well early but proving vulnerable later. Number 17, the Matilda II, Britain's heavily armored infantry tank. Developed in the late 1930s and produced from 1939 to 1943, its thick armor made it ideal for supporting foot soldiers against early Axis forces. Nearly 3,000 were made, earning fame in North Africa as the Queen of the Desert. Number 16, the IS-2, the Soviet Union's powerful heavy tank. Designed in 1943 and built through 1945, its massive 122mm gun was meant to smash fortified German defenses. Over 3,800 were produced, becoming a key weapon in the final drives toward Berlin. Number 15, the Cromwell, a fast British cruiser tank. Developed in 1941 and produced from 1943 to 1945, it prioritized speed and reliability for rapid advances and flanking maneuvers. More than 4,000 were built, seeing heavy use from Normandy onward. Number 14, the M24 Chaffee, America's modern light tank introduced late in the war. Designed in 1943 and produced from 1944 to 1945, it brought better armor and a 75mm gun for reconnaissance and support roles. Around 4,700 were manufactured, serving well into the post-war era. Number 13, the KV-1 series, early Soviet heavy tanks that stunned German forces. Developed in 1939 and produced from 1940 to 1943, their thick armor allowed them to withstand punishing fire during the 1941 invasion. Roughly 5,200 were built before newer threats overtook them. Number 12, the Crusader, Britain's primary cruiser tank in the Desert War. Designed in 1939 and produced from 1940 to 1943, it was built for speed in open terrain against Italian and German forces. Over 5,300 were made, playing a major role in North Africa despite reliability issues. Number 11, the Churchill, Britain's rugged infantry tank. Developed in 1940 and produced from 1941 to 1945, its heavy armor and climbing ability made it perfect for difficult terrain and direct support. Nearly 5,700 units were built, excelling in Italy and Normandy. Number 10, the Panzer III, Germany's early war workhorse medium tank. Designed in the mid-1930s and produced from 1939 to 1943, it formed the core of the Blitzkrieg with good anti-tank capabilities. Around 5,800 were manufactured before heavier designs took over. Number 9, the T-60, a small Soviet scout tank rushed into production. Developed in 1941 and built through 1943, it provided cheap, quick reconnaissance during the desperate early defense against Germany. Nearly 6,000 were produced for the vast Eastern Front. Number 8, the Panther, or Panzer V, Germany's advanced medium tank. Designed in 1942 and produced from 1943 to 1945, its sloped armor and long 75mm gun were direct responses to the T-34. About 6,000 were built, becoming one of the war's most dangerous tanks. Number 7, the M3 Lee, also known as the Grant in British service. Developed in 1940 and produced from 1941 to 1942, its unique sponson-mounted 75mm gun gave Allies much-needed firepower early on. Over 6,200 were built, proving vital in North Africa. Number 6. The T-70, an improved Soviet light tank. Designed in 1942 and produced through 1943, it offered better armor and armament for reconnaissance and infantry support. Around 8,200 were manufactured, contributing significantly at battles like Kursk. Number 5. The Valentine, a reliable British infantry tank produced in large numbers. Developed in 1938 and built from 1940 to 1944, it was exported widely, including to the Soviet Union. Over 8,200 units served across multiple theaters with consistent performance. Number 4. The Panzer IV, Germany's longest-serving tank. Originally designed in the 1930s for infantry support, upgunned variants kept it competitive throughout the war. About 8,800 were produced, forming the backbone of panzer divisions on every front. Number 3. The M3 and M5 Stuart Series, America's mass-produced light tanks. Developed in 1940 and built from 1941 to 1944, their speed made them ideal for scouting and early exploitation. Over 22,700 were manufactured, seeing action worldwide. Number 2. The M4 Sherman, the iconic American medium tank. Designed in 1941 and produced from 1942 to 1945, its reliable design and vast numbers overwhelmed Axis forces through sheer volume and versatility. Nearly 50,000 rolled off assembly lines. Number 1. The T-34 series, the most produced and arguably most influential tank of the war. Designed in 1939 and built from 1940 to 1945, its sloped armor, mobility, and powerful gun revolutionized tank design. Over 57,000 were made, helping turn the tide on the Eastern Front. And that's our top 20 most produced tanks of World War II. The Allies' industrial power was overwhelming. The T-34 and Sherman alone outproduced every Axis tank by massive margins, helping secure victory through sheer volume. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more military history content. See you in the next one.